Again, I'll mix up some burnt sienna and ultramarine blue, but leaner this time. I want these rocks to be much lighter than the distant cliff. With my flat brush, I'll work these colors into the closest group of rocks. I want to keep these fairly light in value, and I want these colors to vary. I'll add some rose to the mix. I've got to keep these edges moving or they'll set up as hard edges on me. So if I'm working the paint in one direction, I continuously revisit the edge that I'm not focusing on. I need to keep all of the edges moving while the paint is wet, unless I want them to form a hard edge. Before these colors dry, I'll add some salt for texture. Salt can create some great rock texture. On the other side of this pool, I want to maintain the same color value. I want this group of rocks to be associated with the group that I had just painted on the left side. Now I'm going to jump up to the most distant group of shoreline rocks. These need to be lighter in value than the distant cliff, but darker than the foreground rocks that I had just painted. Same rock colors. Next, I'll move back down to the group of rocks that are just above what I'll call the foreground rocks. Again, same rock colors. But these need to be a bit darker in value than the foreground rocks, and of course lighter in value than the more distant rocks. Incidentally, I've taken some artistic license defining these groups of rocks, choosing where they begin and end. Since I needed to assign different color values for different distances, I needed to group these areas of rocks. It would be impractical to apply a different color value to each individual rock. And I'll apply yet another color value to the final group of rocks. I had really intended for these to be between the values of the rocks above and below them, but even though they're a bit lighter than I had intended, I like the look, so I'm going to go with it. Who says that there's rules? I'll add some darker areas, so actually this group will have a mix of values. These are going to stand out a bit more than the other rocks.